Good evening, welcome back. Today, I want to touch upon the point about the art of communication. Now, again, I'll justify why is that I'm talking about this. But the very first incident is about the conversation that I had earlier in the day with my senior manager, and we had a quite like an hour-long discussion, and it was like a roller coaster ride. Like in the beginning, he was very loud and very, like dominating type, I would say. That's typically him, that he also knows, and it's very obvious. But the second thing is about the second half, he went into like a teaching mode, and in the end, he went into a very soft mode. And when everything ended, he told like I've been speaking for 1 hour, but I'm really serious about knowing how I am as a person to communicate. Tell, do you think that I'm very negative, or I'm rude, or I'm fine, whatever. Like he wanted to know the feedback, and it's been like quite some time that I wanted to talk to him about this. And anyway, blessing in disguise, I got this opportunity today. I just told him one thing. I told him I'm trying to be very frank and open, and I just felt that in the first half of the call he was very loud. I didn't say he was rude, but he was very loud. And the second half he was like fine. I mean, that's typically what I expect. Now I also told him why I expect it like that, because my justification is that, see, end of the day, you don't have to always communicate something in a way that you are shouting at someone, or you're blasting someone, or you're yelling at someone. Now look at it from a perspective wherein for me it's end of the day now, and typically all the calls with the US or the Canada and all, we have it like end of our day, and we have already gone through the day. It's like a very hectic day and tiring and all those stuff. Now at this point of time, when we're getting on a call, like say half an hour, 1 hour call, and all that you're getting to hear is like somebody yelling at you, you just can imagine the type of mindset that we get into when the call ends. And who wants to end a call with such a negative note and a negative mindset? Like what happens is, like once you close the system, you go back to have your dinner, you go to sleep, still that keeps on haunting you. Like, why the hell does he have to talk so loudly? Why the hell does he have to like yell at me every time? Why can't he tell it in a more polite way and all this stuff? I told him very clearly this, and also look at the situation. It's been like we are tied up to our four walls, and we never go out, and there is no variety or refreshing thing that we do. It's just that like get up, work, eat, sleep. That's the only thing. And I told him like you have to be a little bit more considerate about the type of situation that we work in and all those stuff, and try to be a little bit polite. And I also gave him few examples from the past where I felt that he could have spoken in a more softer tone. And apparently he accepted, like he acknowledged it, and he told like, yeah, that's fine. But he told that when I talk in this tone, I don't mean that, and when I talk in that tone, I told like it's fine, but it's not like I can't keep on interpreting your tone than actually interpreting the message that you're trying to say. He told okay, but he was open for that feedback. Like whether he'll correct it or not, it's secondary, but at least like he asked and I told, and I'm happy. Now in the same way, look at how I just came across this comparison type of thing as how the current generation news work, and how very traditional media like the Doordarshan and all, how they work. It was a clip wherein it's a weather update given by the Doordarshan news correspondent, and a weather update, exact same weather update given by a more of like a modern social media or YouTube kind of a news channel. So much like a stark difference between how politely and how straightforward and how composedly the Doordarshan people say. It's like they don't exaggerate, they don't they don't sugarcoat it, or they don't exaggerate it, they don't amplify what is happening there, and emphasize too much on something which will kind of leave an impact on your head. Like, I mean, is that an intention that the current generation media wants to have? Fine, they're trying that, and maybe they're successful in doing that, because like you see, you close a YouTube channel, you still go back and talk about it. Like who doesn't talk about Arnab? Even if the show is over, the entire week they speak about him. So that shouting is not always required. Maybe a certain time, fine, but every debate need not be shouting type. A weather update need not be exaggerated. Yes, if there is a natural calamity happening, yes, communicate it properly. You don't have to, as I told you, don't have to exaggerate it in such a way that this is the end of the world. I mean, that's how they do it, and that was what the clip is about. So communication is everything. The art of communication. It's just not telling what is the matter. It's how do you tell it. Okay, and there is a way to tell happy news in a sad tone, and there is a way to tell sad news in a happy tone, and you know how people interpret it. But and I'm kind of a person, like you would have seen, like I talk a lot, and I talk in kind of like a monotone. I don't raise my voice, I don't dip my voice, and all those stuff. I don't get animated too much, and that's not me. And I was seeing a video last night about how to be comfortable on camera. It's a YouTuber, a lady who was telling all those things. She was talking about dressing, how you look, and all. The other thing that she told is how animated you are. The more the animated you are, the more voice modulation, the more the people will like you. Fine, but I don't know if, and she herself admitted that it's not natural, because for somebody who knows you from outside of this virtual world, they know that it's not you. And I've observed that a lot of YouTubers do this. I mean, a very typical example is like when I see Peter McKinnon videos, he looks so animated, enthusiastic, energetic, everything in his video. But when I see him in somebody else's video, like some of his friends or some other BTS video and all, he's not like, he's very like calm, composed, and silent. Like call it like an introvert kind of a person. He's just like sitting there in his own corner in his own world, like that. So if that works for social media, fine, but I don't think so you should be fake. Okay, and just because you have to communicate something, you don't have to become fake. A few times in the past I tried to do that animated kind of thing. Somehow it was not natural for me, and I see a lot of people do that, especially in the TikTok world, in the Instagram world, in the YouTube world. A lot of people do it, but again, it's their wish. If they're comfortable, let them do it. But end of the day, what they're communicating should be straight to the point and accurate. That's what I would say. Now, when it comes to the same thing related to my family circle or my relatives, I had an incident last Friday wherein I dropped my mom and my aunt to my cousin's place for the function I told you last Friday. And then I was supposed to come back, and I pick up my wife and my dad and go back. And I knew that I have about like 1.5 hour time in between that. And as soon as I reached, like even before this 1.5 hour window started, I got a call, like rather not, yeah, I think I got a call first, and I told that, where are you? We need you urgently, and it's a panic situation. I asked why. They told like, no, some function has to start and you have to be there and dad has to be there. I told I'll be there at 12 o'clock, and why are you calling me at 10:30 and telling that you have to be here now? And I would take another 1 hour to at least reach there. And then they started calling my dad, who usually gets carried away by this type of overexcited communicating thing. And they told like, no, come urgent, it's very urgent. They want to start the function, that thing. My dad started panicking. I told like, don't worry, it's fine. Like they're just trying to hurry us up because they don't, for whatever reason. And then eventually they sent someone to pick up my dad, and for obvious reason it'll take them about 45 minutes to 1 hour to come. And I was ready in that 1.5 hour, and my dad left in that other car, and we kind of reached at the same time. So it did not serve the purpose. And when we went there, we realized that there was no need of that panic or whatever. It was like they just did that so that we come early. And they could have told like, just come early. They could have requested, and I did normally. I just probably read about 15 minutes earlier than normal. But again, how you communicate really matters, and it can have a lot of impact. So that's exactly what I wanted to tell, and this is based on the experiences that I had in this. I'm really liking this, what I'm like, all this documenting stuff, like the way things happen around me, how I interpret it, how I can actually make a video out of it and tell it to the outside world, who may or may not see this thing in the future. But if they see, they'll learn something about it. So today's video was all about art of communicating. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you learned something. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.